Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again. Mm. I want to take a little bit of time and see if I can share some information with you that you might like. We talk about people who are greedy. We talk about the New World Order. We talk about very rich people, real wealthy people. And we see some very negative things. It seems as if all they care about is that wealth. And they seem to be able and willing to do anything to get it, to acquire it. To the extent that we are hearing now that they have an order that they would like to introduce to the world, whereby they exercise that power to the extent they can take off billions of us, I mean, just eradicate us and do what they want to do, you know. The bullies playground. Now, we got the secret societies that are all tied up in that and all these Bilderberg groups. And you wonder sometimes, what is the secret that they got? I was thinking about it today. It caught me off guard and it jumped in me and I thought about it. I said, wow. So I'm going to share what I have been. You know, I'm a social scientist and I'm always reflecting and studying. So this is what I see. I see that these people are willing to do this because they have, you know, they think they're smarter than everybody else. They have recognized that everything is energy. We as human beings are energy. And when we die, our bodies go to the ground and the energy dissipates and goes wherever it came from. Some people want to call it spirit, but basically it's energy. Energy. And as far as it having some reflection of a spirit that has a body form like you and I, that's all fit in our imagination. We don't know anything about that. I don't. And I don't think you do. In fact, I know you don't. But anyway, my point of it is this. In their psychic, to them, that's what happens. When you die, that's it. And so, knowing this, they just figured they teach you and everybody else about the things that you've accepted as being real while they're laughing, doing anything they want to do. And they don't mind dying, really. They don't even mind committing suicide because to them, they know that's it. That's it. They don't have to go through any of this anymore. That's it. That's it. Not that they're planning on committing suicide. They might want you to commit suicide, but they're going to hustle you and hassle you. Look at how rich they are. How did they get that way? Read up on Rothschild and see how he got rich. Look at these guys who work with computers. Now, you think Bill Gates got rich because he was smart and came over computers and whoever Mr. Steve Jobs was so smart? No, ladies and gentlemen, that is not why they are so rich. They came into all that money because they robbed you in price. They robbed you in price. Literally robbed you. Bill Gates is super rich because he robbed the people. And it was legal. Now, they feed AIDS to the public. They geo-mess with their food. They do all of these things because they don't care about you. They just, to hell with you. You know, they need a little bit more space. They need some less trouble. They need to get you out of the way. And they not, you know, you talk about in the beginning, you will not surely die. Well, it appears as though someone was thinking, what happens is as long as you follow one way, everything seems okay. But if you dare to try another way, you've introduced confusion in the midst. And now when you go forward, do you go this way or do you go that way? And you got to make a choice. Sometimes the choices work good. Sometimes the choices don't. You've lost the security of the one thought. You've lost the security of the one faith. Now you got two. You got Republican and Democrat. God sitting on both of the sides, according to the people, because they don't know God. And here they are, going through this ritual that you've been trained for since the day You come into this world. And these people up there, not even thinking about that. When they're dead, they're dead. Now, what makes me feel so sure of this approach? One night, I used to sing karaoke. And one night I went out, and these guys, this club that I was going to, these guys were really great. I mean, they could jam, ladies and guys. And so I usually have such a wonderful time. This particular night, it was kind of wintry. And I decided that I wouldn't mix with the entertainers. I would sit back as a patron, just hang back and just watch the show. And all of a sudden, something came over me. I was sitting down, I found myself feeling fainty. I don't know, something was happening to me. I didn't know what it was. But it seemed as if I was about to explode. And as I was sitting there, I felt if I didn't move at this precise moment, I was just going to explode. And by the time that moment came, I found myself standing up at the same, it just picked me up out of my seat. And the next thing I knew, people were putting ice around my neck saying, "Come on, sir, it ain't going to be all right. Come on back, sir, it's going to be cool, it's going to be cool." The cops were standing over me. And the ambulance, I could hear the sirens coming down the streets. I had passed out. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. I didn't know nothing. I ain't seen no light. I didn't experience anything. Now some people say, well, you weren't dead. That's why you didn't experience. Let me tell you something. I was out. That's all I can tell you is I was out. And being out, I was out. You didn't exist. God didn't exist. Hell didn't exist. Heaven didn't exist. Did nothing exist. I didn't exist. All my mind, thoughts, everything that I ever knew, gone. But I came back around. And then I began to see. And all of the things that we do. After I woke up. So to me, when my mother passed, when I see my relatives pass, when I see people pass and see cadavers laying away, I see the clothes and everything about going to heaven and going to hell or up yonder and up there is something that somebody has fed to me. Fed to me like we are slaves. Fed to me like somebody can kill everybody on the land and take the land. And that happens so we can easily assume and accept the fact that if it is being said, if we're being warned that there are a group out there now that will knock off 8 billion of us or 6 billion of us or 5 billion of us, you better believe it. They wiped the Indians out. They were taking the blacks out. They were taking Popo, anybody that was in their way trying to mess with their money, they were taking them out. They sell guns for somebody else to take them out because money was it. So they got to know something. And what is it? To me, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, these folks act like there's no tomorrow. It is all today. You better do it today. You can get it. That's the way it was. Whoever's the fittest, get it. Oh, but there is a principle, ladies and gentlemen, that I must leave with you. If you do unto others as you would have others do unto you, then everybody can do it. But the greedy one says, no, I can have more. I'm going to let you think that. And all I'm going to do is rip you off at every corner and get you out of the way. So, to me, as what I see is that to them, there is no tomorrow. So I'm saying to you, if you believe in a tomorrow, I am not going to tell you not to. Do I believe in a tomorrow? I believe in today. I believe that today is the day that you live the way you know to live, the way that makes you complete. And if it means robbing you, make you complete. And if it means you accepting it, and you accept it, now if you don't accept it, I mean, if you got a problem with it, now you got to do something about it. But if you feel good being had, then be had. Or if you say, well, I'm going to be different. I'm not going to be concerned. I'm going to be an instrument that teaches that lets people know that there is an overcoming in this life. I'm not, when that's why I say I was called to administer information about life, an abundant life, not to save your soul. I do not know anything about your soul but what I heard. And it might be true and it might not. You can bank on it if you want to. But I say the best banking you can do is the banking that you do today. That if you put your money in the bank today, you'll have it tomorrow. Go to the bank, put $1,000 in, if you got it. Tomorrow it should be there with a little interest. But you got $1,000 today. So I'm thinking you're going to bank on heaven tomorrow. You better damn sure have heaven today. Bye-bye.